I want you to look at my face and look at my eyes, right? And see, do I give a fuck? No. One night while he was dead asleep and he think it's funny to wake people up at night and dumping it on him. Oh, I dump water on him. What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? This is all, this is bullshit. I'm kidding bug. Bro. I'm a kid bug. I'm gonna fuck what you're talking about. I built this shit, I did this shit. I'm gonna fuck, I'm in it. It's a lifestyle. Yeah. Nigga! Bro. He's a I'm saying that your face. You're a gang. And I'm taking this very serious, gang, but it's getting to a certain point, gang.
I've worked with Rakai many times. Not personally, but I've worked with Rakais many times. Extremely gifted, extremely talented, but have knucklehead tendencies. Every single one of them who did not turn their behavior around is either dead or spending a significant amount of time in prison. I'm not telling you something I read about. Every single one of them are dead or are spending a significant or have spent a significant amount of time in prison. Some of them in my own family. What's up, my people? You already know. You seen the title of the video. We getting ready to get into a reaction. And at the end of it, I'm going to give my recommendations for Kai and Rakai. If you are like Rakai, I would encourage you to watch this video. If you have a son, a daughter like Rakai, I would encourage you to watch this video along with your son or your daughter. Get something to write with, something to write on. I'm going to give my recommendations at the end. This is going to be sort of like what I would say to Kai and Rakai if I had an opportunity to sit down with them. If you don't already know, my name is Jordan Green-Ellis, affectionately known as your personal mentor. Let's get into this video.
One thing I need you to do for me, right? Don't ever disrespect me anymore. This is a very important moment for you. I'm here for you. But don't disrespect me, okay?
All right, well.
My man.
So, you know, he be acting up sometimes. He be telling me he's going to do better, And he been too late. He's not going to score on time. He keep trying to skip. He keep cutting everybody out. And he said his teacher the other day.
Really?
You know? Yeah. He said, fuck Miss Amy.
Right. What's going on with that, bro? We're talking. Because I see...
Hold on. Where you going?
My man. What's up? Listen. Talk to me, okay? You got a brother who cares about you, right? If you know who I am, you know the work that I do. You got a brother who is giving you a very beautiful lifestyle, right? He respects you, he loves you, he took you in when, you know, people didn't give a damn about you. He's had your back, he's protected you, he's done everything for you. Is that not correct? Mm-hmm. You said that. This is a paper that he had me write up for you, that he's going to sign, which is going to strip you of a lot of the privileges that you have with social media streaming and all the stuff that he's doing for you. He's going to sign this. If you don't listen in this moment and get your behavior corrected, you're going to lose a lot of respect with him. And a lot of the leverage that you have, you're going to lose with him. Because your behavior, little bro, is unacceptable. You're cursing at teachers. You're calling people at their names. You're throwing food at people. You're vaping. You're cursing. And you're acting like a damn fool, bro. And you have a privileged lifestyle. Privileged. There are kids, bro, who would love to be in your place right now, bro. And you dogging the one person who been having your back, bro.
I want to stop real quick and say that I was raised similarly to this in the regard of like being grateful. And just one observation, I have watched the entire video. One observation that I see is that I don't know if Rakai fully understands that he is fortunate as he is. He is as fortunate as he is because this is normal for him. This lifestyle is normal for him. This is the lifestyle that he lives. I don't know in great detail or obviously the specifics of how he, you know, got to this point or what he's been through. But just from observations purposes, I probably would go in a different direction, especially starting off in addressing Rakai, because I don't think that he fully understands, and this is not an insult to him. This is many, many children. I was counseling a family, helping them get ready for college, and they were wealthy, very, very wealthy. And I asked the young man, the son, if your parents don't pay for college, how are you going to pay? I asked the son, if you don't get these scholarships or whatever that you're planning for, how are you going to pay for college? He's like, my dad. So like, and his dad like laughed. because his dad created the lifestyle that he has. And this is what all dads do. But I don't think Rakai understands. And this is not an insult to him, but if this is his reality, we can't expect him to imagine or put himself in a false reality. Again, no disrespect to him, but this is how he lives. This is how he lives. I would definitely approach it differently. I'm going to save the next part of what I'm going to say after. I want to let y'all watch the video a little bit more.
The one person who has been trying to keep you on the straight and narrow, you're dogging him. You don't see it because he laughs about it, and he don't say nothing about it because he's trying to be cool about it. But, bro, he's sick of it. And quite frankly, I'm sick of it because I've been watching this crap for the past 2 weeks, bro. And you blessed. You blessed, little bro. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so stop. Let me finish. You blessed, bro. I do house calls with celebrities.
Look at Rakai's body language, okay? No eye contact, not sitting still. Rakai is not paying attention to anything he's saying. Rakai he's not listening. He's not paying attention. All the words that the prison doctor are saying are flying in one ear, jet speed, and flying out the other ear faster. He's not listening. He doesn't have his attention. Therefore, all the things that he's saying, which are extremely valuable, he's not listening. So parents, take note. Mentors, take note. Before you try to teach, you have to have their attention. Period. Rakai checked out. You can kind of also see, I don't know where you from, but where I'm from, when you see those types of mannerisms, it don't matter. Like, obviously, the prison doctor is a tough guy. He's not scared of Rakai, right? And I think that especially with a lot of young black boys, we go into this, and I've been guilty of this too, quite frankly. We go into situations like this, poking our chest out like, you gonna listen to me because you can't beat me. I'm not speaking for the prison doctor. I'm just speaking from observation and personally, sometimes from experience, right? And Rakai knows that he can't, but Rakai not no sucker. So you can't come at him like that if you are trying to effectively work on his heart, which we'll get back to in another moment. What I may have done in this moment after realizing that he was checked out, not really. Firstly, I probably wouldn't talk as much. I would ask a lot more questions, probing questions. Let me back up. I would do something to win his heart so that I could then speak to him. People listen to people that they like. Young men like this listen to people that they like. And I don't mean like as in like I have to be like sugarcoating stuff. You can be candid. You can be straightforward, but there has to be some sort of relationship developed. He was already tuned out when he came in there like, do you know who I am? Right? So some sort of foundation has to be built first. I know that this is Mafia-thon. We might have went to go for a run as much as I would have been able to run. We might have played basketball, something to kind of de-escalate the situation so that we could really get to his heart. But Rakai's checked out right now. He not listening to nothing the prison doctor saying. Here's the reason why, right? When you focus on behavior modification, like what the prison doctor is emphasizing right now, Rakai is only going to listen, be respectful for a moment, which you'll see how it turns in a second. He's not listening. He'll be respectful for a moment. And once the prison doctor is done, right back to normal. Why? Because no significant change has impacted his heart. He only sees from his perspective. And so in order to change the behavior, he has to put on a different lens. And that's not happening just yet. I would have changed the environment. I know that this is Mafia-thon and they record everything. But you got to take away the stage. Rakai is literally an A1 entertainer. He's very good at what he does. He's very good at what he does. And so if you give him a stage to any degree, he's going to perform, right? Rakai is only doing what he knows how to do. He's being himself. And so I would definitely change the environment. It doesn't necessarily have to be off camera, but it wouldn't have been me like scolding, or seemingly scolding. And again, I don't personally have a problem with this. I love this style, but it's not for every young man. It doesn't work for every young man. Rakai can't handle that. Let's keep watching. You're about to see a sharp left turn from Rakai that you will, after doing this work, be able to see before it happens in his body language. You'll see in a second.
He's all over the country, bro. You hear me? Who are blessed like you. And sometimes it takes for somebody to come in and just speak a little life into them.
Look at his jaw, his lip, his hands. All of that is saying something.
That's why I'm here. He did this today because he loves you and cares about you, bro. But he's tired of you throwing your life away at 16, little bro. You got a big future ahead of you, bro. And if you don't turn this corner right now today, your future ain't gonna be the same tomorrow. That I can promise you.
All truth. All truth. I've worked with Rakai many times. Not personally, but I've worked with Rakais many times. Extremely gifted, extremely talented, but have knucklehead tendencies. Every single one of them who did not turn their behavior around is either dead or spending a significant amount of time in prison. I'm not telling you something I read about. Every single one of them are dead or are spending a significant or have spent a significant amount of time in prison. Some of them in my own family. I know what I'm talking about. And I agree with what the prison doctor is saying. He's absolutely right. But on the same hand, at the same time, our approach has to be different. Rakai not scared. He's not scared. He's not scared. You know? And so we can't scare him into better behavior. It won't work. He's 16. He has his own mind. He's got his own money. He lives in a mansion. He lives better than most people. Right? He's not about to be scared. And so we got to change their approach a little bit. Let's keep going.
So this is either gonna go two ways. My way or my way. But you will not be the same person tomorrow that you are today. Do you understand what I said?
Yes.
My man. Go ahead.
I want you to look at my face. And look at my eyes, right? And see, do I give a fuck? No. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. I built this shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm in it. It's a lifestyle. Yeah.
That tells me just who you are.
Yep.
That tells me I expected you to say that. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
Are you shocked, bro?
So here's the thing. That's real. That's really who Rakai is. And I'm so glad that he did that, because that tells you how to approach it moving forward. I told you, Rakai not scared. You can't scare kids who are not. Rakai doesn't have the. I don't want it to sound insulting, but this is a lot of young men, even myself, probably when I was his age. They don't really have the awareness of danger as they think that they do. They just don't. They don't. I think that Rakai is wise enough not to speak to people like that who he doesn't know off camera. He probably wouldn't talk to people like that if he was on his own, right? But it's the environment that is producing that type of response and behavior. So it has to be different. The approach has to be different. Yeah, let's keep going. I want to let you guys watch, and then I'll give my recommendations. I'm probably going to skip in a little bit because this goes on a little bit more, and then it goes to something else. But let's keep watching.
I'm not shocked at all, bro.
So what do you think we should do about it? What do you think as a power play in his life? Because you're dealing with a kid who don't want to learn, who's spoiled. What do you want to do about it?
We gotta, I don't know, we gotta be able to. He gotta give a consequence, a consequence or something. He just so bad all day, and you give me a hard time every single time, and give everybody a chance. You made me bold. When I go to sleep, I cried like twice this month, bro. Genuinely.
I believe that. But here's what I will say. Honestly, I'm having a hard time, and this could very well just be me not knowing or have watched their content enough to know if whether or not this is serious. But I have a healthy skepticism of most entertainers, and that's what they are, right? Kai, he's A1. I saw a video earlier today where he said he got offered 60 mil at 21 years old for doing what he does, right? They're very talented. So I'm having a hard time discerning if whether or not like Kai's reaction is genuine. Not that I think that his heart for Rakai is genuine. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, as far as like the discipline part goes. I hope that makes sense. Let's keep going.
Genuinely, yeah, you keep laughing, bro. I have to call him, bro. He's the best ever. He's the best, the prison doctor, bro. All right, I'm sorry.
No, my man. My man. My man.
No disrespect to you. No disrespect to you, the prison doctor. Or Kai or anything like that. I don't want this video to come off as like a complete critique. I think that this is an opportunity for learning for all of this, all of us. I have seen Rakai so many times. I've seen Rakai far too many times. And it only goes one or two ways. If he doesn't change, it usually goes in a path of destruction. Excuse me. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to let y'all watch, but I got a lot to say. Let's keep going, y'all.
My man. My man. I don't think you're a horrible kid, bro. I really don't. Horrible. I don't think you. Bro, your behavior is horrible. Horrible. You see how you talk, bro? Like how you act.
I'm not laughing at him. I'm just laughing at like how Rakai responded. It was funny. Okay, go ahead. Oh, it was funny to me. Sorry.
You feel protected by him. But when he pulled that away, bro, then what? If he turned his back on you, bro, and cut you off, then what, bro? And this is family.
All right, so right there. One of the things, like, that's a question that you ask. That's legitimate, but let him answer. Let him answer. I don't know is not a response. He will probably say, well, I don't know. No, that's not a response. I need you to give me a thoughtful response. If he cuts you off, what would you do? Where would you go? How would you think through this situation? And wait for however long it takes for him to give an answer. Wait. The silence is going to be deafening, if you will. It will be painful for him if he's making those connections. But this is what Rakai needs. He needs time to sit with himself. He gets the same narrative. You bad. You don't listen. Right? All of these things, he's exemplified some of that behavior for real. So like I get why he gets it, but Rakai hasn't learned responsibility for his thoughts, words, and deeds. So when you ask that question, you sit and you listen. You wait for him to respond. No, give me a thoughtful response. I want to know what you would do. What would you do? Because Rakai needs to realize that he may not have as much or as many options as he thinks that he has. I've done this a billion times. I've had these conversations a billion times. Okay? He has to learn to be accountable for what he does and what he says, and he hasn't learned that yet. Let's keep going.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm not your enemy, bro. I'm actually here to...
He doesn't see. I'm sorry. He does not see. He does not see. Look at his body. Look at his body language. Look at his response. He does not see. And the prison doctor is not doing anything wrong per se. Like, these are all legit. But Rakai don't get it. Rakai doesn't fully understand the weight of what his decisions, the weight that his decisions carry. Not just for himself, but all the people that he's influencing. Yeah, I just saw something that says he's like one of the top streamers on Twitch, right? Rakai needs to have those types of moments where he's making the connections so that he sees from that lens on his own, not just because people are barking at him.
to help you. But what I'm not going to tolerate is you playing a game with me, bro, and talking to me like you're crazy. You understand? That's one thing I'm not going to tolerate. Normally, I would say cut the camera. But you know your brother got cameras 24/7. I don't like kids that talk tough because you're not tough, bro. You a kid. You understand? And the only one to care about you right now in this room, other than me, is him. You see what I'm saying? So that's the least you can do is respect him, bro. You embarrassing him. You ain't embarrassing me. You embarrassing him, bro. This man got
Look at the body language.
Who respect this guy for trying to help you and look out for you, bro, and you disrespecting him in front of millions of people right now, bro. That ain't cool, man. And you better than that, bro. I know you better than that. You see what I'm saying? You better than that. I know you are. You feel me?
And there was another time. This is the other brother Tyler right here, right? And his bad ass went and woke him up with water one night while he was dead asleep, and he think it's funny to wake people up at night and dumping it on him.
Here's one thing that I'll say too. This part kind of threw me off, and you'll see the interaction. This is why I was having a hard time discerning if this were real or not. And I hope that this doesn't come off as offensive, but it seems like, okay, let me backtrack. I'm processing out loud. I think that one of Kai's preferred ways of confrontation is to make light of situations. But really, deep down on the inside, he's highly offended and he's trying to keep things cool, but still address it at the same time. I don't think that there's anything inherently wrong with that when you have someone who is emotionally mature enough to see that what they did was wrong. But Rakai don't see it. He doesn't have the emotional capacity to see. He's about to justify what he did, and we'll get to why he did what he did and what I think about that. So I think Kai is actually being genuine, and this is more so his personality. He's not a confrontational type of guy, which I understand and I can respect. And his heart is for Rakai. So please forgive me for that misjudgment of you earlier in this video. I think that Kai is being sincere and bringing up in examples, but this is his method, his preferred way, which I don't think anything is inherently wrong with it, generally speaking, but we could do them differently. We have to do them differently when we are dealing with a different situation, or in this case, a different person. Let's keep going.
Oh, the water on it. What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? This is all like this is bullshit. Keep up. Bro. I'm gonna keep up. Right. What the fuck you mean? Talk to you like that, bro? No, you got his ass. Nigga. Bro. He's a I'm saying like that, man. You're up, gang. And I'm taking this very serious, gang. But we get to a certain point, gang. Pouring water on Tyler is disrespectful. I mean, we gotta pour water on Tyler. We leave that on you. Don't ever call me up. Nah, you wanna make a show? Don't ever call me up. Listen, gang. I'm tired of you, man. Nah. I've had it with you. I've had it with your bullshit.
This part did throw me off a little bit earlier. I meant what I just said, but this kind of flipping back and forth, I can't really tell if that makes sense. Hopefully, I'm not being too confusing.
Come on, bro. Like, bro. Come on, bro. You call him up. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You want an apology, bro?
Let me also say, too, I just peeped. My man in the back with the dog tags is ready to go. He is TTG. What Jayla Hurst said, rain, sleet, or snow. Train the Eagles train to go. My dog is ready for war, bro. I'm sorry. Did anybody else peep that? My dog is ready for war. Sorry. Okay. I think I'm going to skip. Yeah, because this kind of goes on for a few more minutes. I'm going to skip to after they really stop talking to him. Prison doctor gives a motivational speech, and then they dap it up, and then they kind of like, walk him out, and then it gets to this point. Walk the prison doctor out, and then it gets to this point. They all come back. Tylil, Kai. They all come back, and they get to this point. Shout out to Tylil, though. My man is hilarious. He's hilarious. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be professional, but I can't help but be a human too. Okay, let's keep rolling.
Did this nigga say he got sleep paralysis?
Just for all intents and purposes, I am not laughing at sleep paralysis. It's a real thing. We can talk about that in another episode. There's only one solution for that. But yeah, it's the comedic relief. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it. It's funny to me. Please give me some consolation. If you are offended, please forgive me.
He's fixed now. No, he's fixed. Did this say he has sleep paralysis? I didn't know he could pronounce paralysis. He's fixed now. How you feel? He said, sleep, what it's called? How you feel? Paralysis? Feel good now. I'm going to tell you this right here, right? I'm going to pull a seat right here.
He's an entertainer.
Paralysis. If your black ass ever in your life make a prison doctor to talk to me, built for that ass. Come on, nigga. This is my lifestyle. Nigga, I'm built for this. I don't need no man talking to me. He's not my father. Stop playing, yo.
Okay. I want to wrap this up. Let's go to the next part. They run down on him. Prison doctor and his team do what they do. push-ups or plank or whatever. Then they signed that paper that he was talking about earlier on. But here's where you start to see some real change beginning to happen.
Get like that. Grab my shirt get like that when they left. Grab me like that.
Put your hands on me. Go ahead, bro.
Put your hands on me.
I don't want to.
You sure about that?
I'm sure.
Let that be the last time, bro. Because if he calls me back in here, bro, next time I'm serious, bro.
I know.
It's gonna be a problem.
I know.
Seriously. You hear me?
I heard it.
Our car's out there. I gotta go, bro. I ain't got time for this. Let it happen again tonight. I come back. You may leave with.
So if he just make me one more time. In the middle of your sleep. I already signed it. I think you got a pen? You got a pen?
Yeah,
I'm a double sign it.
There you go.
Where's that?
There you go.
You know what? You know what this means, right?
I hope you know what that means.
You know what this means?
I'm gonna skip around a little bit because it's a lot of this, and then he actually signs it. I want to show you guys Rakai's body language after he signs it for real.
Done.
Your fans, all that is out the window.
This kid's out here starving. They have no mothers.
Hasn't happened yet.
No nothing. You 16. You got it all.
Man,
This man trying to help you. Don't ever do that to him again. You understand?
Man, I'm gonna sign it, Doc.
Look, the body language. Still not really locked in just yet, but watch.
Doc, I'm gonna sign it. Doc, I'm gonna sign it. Doc, I'm gonna sign it.
You saw? You saw? Let's keep going.
I'm gonna sign it. Doc, I'm gonna sign it. Turn around. I'm gonna sign it. I'm gonna sign
You
it.
sign that paper. That's good. I'm telling you.
I promise,
You
bro.
better hope you don't sign it.
Listen,
I signed it already.
You sign?
I'm saying.
You know what that mean, bro? You know what that mean, bro?
Look at his face.
At any time, that gives me the power to have your stuff.
Sorry. Basically, that agreement that was signed says that they can cut off all of his streaming, his entertainment, his all of that type of stuff. They can cut it all off.
Yeah. That means little screaming, little bang things, done. Go back to disrespecting me. He called me. I'm gonna use that paper in court.
I mean, he can end stream anytime he wants. He can delete the Twitch app whenever he wants. You can delete the Twitch account.
Look at his face.
One phone call. So don't ever respect me.
Bro. Real talk.
There's no more BTA no more.
Don't go to school on Monday. I dare you.
I dare you, nigga.
I dare you.
I dare you.
I dare you. Let me call me on Monday and say that you don't go. Watch what happens. You hear me? Okay, bro.
Okay, that's pretty much it. I want to give a more thoughtful response to the behavior that I see exhibited in Rakai. Rakai and young men like Rakai. Rakai is, I am a certified DISC assessment consultant, if you will. The DISC assessment is the model for human behavior. Most people fall in one of four categories. The D, the I, the S, or the C. That's the acronym for DISC. And Rakai is what we would call a high I. He is interactive. He is inspiring. He is energetic, right? All these things that we see on the stream. He's entertaining, right? He's, like I said, also inspiring too. Like he has a natural ability to captivate the room. And all of those are his strengths. Just like everyone has their strength, right? But then there are also areas of improvement that all people have. In this case, Rakai is very impulsive. And so how we combat that impulsive nature is Rakai has to have strategic, uninterrupted, undivided attention, time given to reflecting on his thoughts and his deeds. Like, I would highly suggest that this be off camera and with someone who has a mature POV or point of view or perspective, so that he can receive immediate feedback from a more mature perspective. It's called helping him develop a perspective scale, okay? For example, when he responded to the prison doctor, like, look at me in my face. Do you think I give a F about what you saying? I don't, right? Even though he felt that on the inside, he's a high I. So sometimes he's impulsive, right? Which means he needs to take time to reflect and really weigh what's going on in his mind before he lets it come out of his mouth. Because there's no way, like Rakai is wise enough to know not to talk to certain people like that in certain situations. If there weren't cameras on, I'm sure it would have went different, right? So with that being said, he needs to take some real time to reflect on how he thinks and how it impacts what he does. Because That's not cool. Rakai wouldn't even be cool with it if somebody talked to him like that, right? But when he gets into that mode, right, just like a lot of young men, his emotions, what's first on his mind is leading him and not the voice of wisdom, right? Anybody can become wise. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. You just have to be willing to set aside what you initially feel in most cases. And so that's one of the areas of improvement. I wrote down some notes, so bear with me, y'all. Another thing that he specifically mentioned, I don't think we watched it, is that he has a hard time getting up for school. He said he's going through a lot, right? If a young man tells me that they're going through a lot, I want to know what he's going through. And when the prison doctor asked and when Kai asked, he didn't really give a thoughtful response, right? Which is to the point earlier about him taking time to reflect so he can actually articulate what he's going through. Because sometimes the things that we think aren't necessarily based in or rooted in truth. They're just impulsive. They're just emotional. It's not genuinely a fact, right? And so we can learn to just give things that truly need our attention, and then we can learn to just say, oh, well, that's not even that big of a deal. We can't say what is and what's not at this point because Rakai didn't say that, but he needs to take some real deep intentional time. Kai, I think you may be the only person who, maybe Tylil seemingly, maybe the only person that he may open up to like that. But if he does, right, my recommendation to you would to listen way more than you talk, right? Just so that he can express himself and really don't even give any feedback initially. You also have to keep a professional demeanor in that regard. And I know like y'all are brothers, like you kicking it with your brother, you know what I mean? So like, of course there's going to be laughs and stuff like that. But I would encourage you to kind of hold it together, especially during those moments. He needs to build some stronger reflective habits. Okay. Rakai, here's another thing about the high I, the inspirer, right? Kai is actually a leader in disguise. He needs actually more leadership opportunities so that he can feel the weight of his responsibility. I understand that Kai is like the star of the show. I get how that goes, right? But Rakai needs to have his own thing that he takes pride in so that he can see the impact of what his work does, not just for himself, the good result of what his work does for himself, but also the people that his work impacts. Excuse me, one more area of growth, a practical step for Rakai would be, especially in situations where he's feeling emotionally charged, whether it be anger or sadness or whatever, is the power of the pause. So before he responds, he takes an intentional 3 to 5 seconds to consider and weigh his thoughts before he speaks. So if you are Rakai watching this video, or if you are like Rakai, before you speak, like literally stop, okay? Get back in the driver's seat, grab the wheel, and control your response. Everything that comes to your mind doesn't need to come out of your mouth. It shouldn't come out of your mouth, okay? You have to learn that. That's a part of becoming an emotionally mature man, okay? The last thing that I'll say to Rakai before I get to my recommendation for Kai or any other parent, guardian, mentor, coach, teacher that's watching this video, the last thing that I'll say to Rakai is that the way of recklessness and destruction cuts your life off short. I know you're 16 and you know you've got your full life ahead of you, and I don't want to say this with any like sauce on it. My friend, young man, the path that it seems like you're going on, I've seen its end. Okay? And if you don't take another path, you will unfortunately find yourself at that end. I am not trying to scare you. I don't believe in fear in any way, shape, or form. I do believe in the gift that's inside of you. I do believe in the God-given purpose that you were given when you were born. He makes no mistakes, my friend. He makes no mistakes. Okay? I really want you to take some time, intentional time, uninterrupted time, to think about the path that you're going on. and where it leads. I can tell you stories for days about young men who, like you, I've had the opportunity to mentor. Some of them have changed, and thank God that they did. Some of them did not. The way that you're going only leads to one place, my friend. I would encourage you, for the sake of your future and for the people who you are and who your life is supposed to impact and touch in a positive way, to make some changes. Now, when you hear these things, right, your mind may automatically go to, I'm not that bad. It's not all bad. I'm just having fun. I'm just an entertainer. All of those things are true, but you have to have a line for yourself that you will not cross just because it's how you decide to live. Period. No one can decide that for you. Okay? Be open to the perspective of those who have proven themselves worthy to listen to. Okay? If you respect Kai, any other male mentor figure in your life that seemingly come through the house, be open to what they have to say. Everything you won't take in, right? Everything that you hear won't become something that you'll adopt. But at the very least, be humble enough to listen to them and weigh it. You can learn from, you should respect everybody regardless of whether or not they respect you. This doesn't make you a sucker. It doesn't. Contrary to toxic masculinity and what society may say, it don't make you a sucker. It makes you extremely wise if you can respect someone. It's actually, it actually shows more of their poor character than it does you. Never stoop down to somebody's level. You're better than that. I say that to say you can respect everybody without taking in or learning from or adopting their principles. Okay? You are 16, but you're not dumb. Right? You're 16 and you have some wisdom, right? But there's more to attain. There's always more. I don't have all the answers. No one that you meet will have all the answers. But you'll get a little bit more if you're willing to listen. Okay? If you're in situations where you feel disrespected, okay, remove yourself. No matter who it is. Excuse yourself. Leave. Because none of us can make rational decisions when we are emotionally charged with anger, with sadness, so forth and so on. I want you to be willing to practice this skill. It will preserve your life. It'll be the difference between you staying on that path of destruction or turning your life around. And when I say turning your life around, again, I don't want you to hear like, oh, I'm the worst person ever. I don't think that. That's not what I'm trying to imply. That's not what I'm intending to say. What I am intending to specifically point out is that there are some character issues that, like many of us, can be improved in your life. Like how you respond, right? Like how you speak to people, like how you take criticism or feedback, right? All those things can be improved upon. Like knowing the time and the place to say and do certain things, and knowing the time and the place not to do or say certain things. Maybe I don't fully understand the life that you live and what all comes with being an entertainer or a streamer. But what I can tell you is this, man. When the lights go out and the cameras aren't rolling and it's just you and you, it's a terrible thing to not be okay with or be settled with who you are, okay? As a young man, a lot of men make this mistake, and I've done it before also. You never let your doing exceed your being. You never let what you do for work or for other people be more important than who you are. Your doing can never supersede your being, because when you can't do anymore, you still have to be. You still have to exist. Does that make sense? I hope you understand my heart. More importantly, I hope that you apply these things to your life, because wisdom is not just knowledge or information. It's knowledge applied. I'll wrap this up with my recommendation for Kai. Kai, you are this generation's most influential young man. And I think you understand that. I think you know that. I think that what you're doing for Rakai is noble. However, I think that there are a few changes that you have the power to make, and I know why you are hesitant to do it, if so. And it's because you don't want to cut Rakai off. Here's what I will say. I appreciate your heart, but sometimes there comes a fork in the road where you have to make the tough decision to let Rakai learn on his own. Excuse me, you keep doing what you're doing, right? But if it gets to a point where he's not learning the lesson, he has to take the test. And while it may hurt your heart to see him go through the test, this is another way that people learn. Okay, I know that you are a believer. I follow Jesus also. None of us are greater than God. None of us care for other people more than God cares for them. And God will allow those tests to ensue. And so if it comes down to that, don't get in God's way. I hope you hear me. I hope that, not even that you hear me, but I hope that you hear my heart, rather. Rakai's heart needs to change, not his behavior. Because if his heart doesn't change and his behavior just changes, the behavior will be suppressed and then it will explode. He'll change the behavior, but he won't really know why he needs to change it. So his heart has to change. And you help doing that by instilling the consequences, which I love, right? The consequences are really, really good. I'm a firm believer in leverage over lectures, no matter how old or young the young man is, okay? But it's going to come to a certain point. If Rakai continues on this path, you keep doing what you're doing. But if he continues on this path, he has to have a different lesson. He has to have a different teacher. I hope you hear my heart, man. I really enjoy doing this. If there is someone that you know who may need an analysis like this, I would love to do it. Just let me know. Drop a comment, shoot me an email. I don't know how we're going to do it, but let's get it done, man. Rakai and Kai, I sincerely hope nothing but the best for you guys. I believe in your gifts. I believe in who you are and who you've been born to be. And I'm rooting for you. I genuinely am. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something from this, don't leave without smashing that like button. This helps this video to get out to other people. It triggers the algorithm to send it to other people. And make sure that you join the family and subscribe. My name is Jordan Green-Ellis, your personal mentor. I'm signing out, but you already know I'll see you soon. Stay legendary.